my creative peeps, and welcome back to my channel for another video. Today's video is going to be very long and super chatty, so if you haven't already, get comfy, grab a drink, grab your journal. I have my reheated chai tea here, so join me in that train if that's you. And we're going to go over the planners and journals that I used or attempted to use in 2020. So I have two separate stacks here. I have my journals on the right and the planners on the left. I have not decided yet if I'm going to make this one big long video or split it up into two. That will be editing Leanne's decision in the future. We'll just, leave her to wrestle with that. And I will leave chapters below of sections, planners and journals. So if you're only interested in one, you can check out whichever one you are interested in. I'm going to start with the planners first. So the planner system that works best for me, and you guys probably already know this if you're OGs, but if you're new, I use my version of the bullet journaling system. I do follow Ryder Carroll's method a little bit in terms of the different icons, and I use it as a functional planner. I don't do monthly themes or like artistic spreads or anything like that, but because I am creative and I'm a journaler, I do put in some like stickers and other things, so you will see aspects of pretty planning within my bullet journals, but it's not going to be like artistic spreads or anything. I'm going to start with this real quick. I can't really show you inside, but this is my work kind of creative business bullet journal. I track all of my Patreon stuff and things I do on there. I have Etsy shop things in there, video request lists, stickers I need to release, cheat sheets for when I'm making stickers, other things to reference, coupon codes, all kinds of crazy things. So I used a Clever Fox planner this year. I had reviewed this a while ago, and I actually really ended up loving this. And I can't remember if I left them like a not so good review, but if I did, I do apologize to them because I did really enjoy this planner. I don't know if I would have enjoyed this as my personal bullet journal, but I really enjoyed this for like my business bullet journal. So that worked out really well. I started off the year using these four planners. So I started off the year, I actually started this planner. This is the Jibun Toucho in the A5 Slim. I started using this planner in, oh gosh, November maybe. I had all kinds of lists that I had started, Happy Meal lists, trackers. Yeah, so I started using it in November because that's when this planner started, and I used it up until February. So this is kind of how I was using the monthlies. This feels like literally forever ago, but I was using this planner in conjunction. Oh, it looks like I also started it in March. I also used it in March. I wasn't using the tracker for March. Well, that's interesting. So, COVID. But this was how I was doing weeklies. I was doing a mix of to-dos with memory keeping spreads, and I was trying to decorate and be all pretty. So I did that for a while, and then I got sick of keeping up with that. Looks like before the new year even hit. So I did a little bit of that. I'm going to apologize in advance if you hear any voices or loud machinery noises of four-wheelers and tractors or planes flying over, or the running water of my turtle tank. So if you have the sudden urge to pee, it's not you, it's my turtle tank. If you hear any of that, I do apologize. It's just part of the new, ambiance of my tiny house. So this, again, how I was using the weeklies, wasn't super into it. Then I was trying out this layout, which copied this, which you'll see in a second. And then I started doing like a gratitude, things for me and my exercise. I was also doing the weather, and I loved this planner. Like, I like the actual, you can see I tried a couple other things. I like the actual paper. I love all the extras. I like the weekly layout. But my problem with planners like this is it doesn't have any room. I need my bullet journal and my planner all in one thing. So I was using this as my bullet journal. This was a Tomoe River paper insert, and it actually did not last very long. It only lasted me to the end of February, which I thought was going to last a lot longer. But I was just using this as my bullet journal. So I had goals. I'll have to look at that. That's interesting. My oracle reading for the month. Just, you know, bunch of dailies, notes, monthly check-in, some different things I was trying out, tipping in some things for notes. So this was great, but I need all of my stuff in one place. I did not like having to carry 2 books around with me at all, and I found that because of the 2-book thing, I would just not fill out the planner, which is obviously not good, right? So it was something I learned about myself. It's a real bummer because it's super hard to find planners with enough daily pages in paper that I like to, you know, to use as a bullet journal along with the rest of the planner. So yeah, that was what I started the year off with. And looks like I ended that in March. So that was my first bullet journal of the year. And as you can see, I stopped using this in March. This was the, like I said, the Jibun Techo. And what do we have back here? Oh yes, and then because I was struggling with this and I wanted to have my bullet journal and my planner together, I switched to this here. This was a, what was this? This was a Taroko Design Enigma in the A5 size that I cut down to a standard size to use as my bullet journal, and I loved this. And then I had this insert. This was from Michaels, and I used it mainly for the months. I started using it in April. I had the monthlies, and I was doing like a gratitude thing in the weeklies, which I, of course, fell off of at some point. But I had this as like my monthly planner, and I did that until, I don't know how far out in advance that I planned these out, but at some point, you know, that fell by the wayside. But I did have this housed in a traveler's notebook. This is actually a very popular video of mine for some reason, my setup that I had with this. So I'll leave that video linked in a card above where I kind of went over that with you guys. But again, it just didn't work having those things separated. But of course, I did keep up with my bullet journal. So I'm not going to flip through the whole thing because that would take forever. But this was my standard size that I used as a bullet journal. I had habit trackers and gratitude stuff, task lists. I was doing a weekly spread of my own in here to go along with the monthly planning. And just, yeah, I really, really liked this. I loved having this thick, chunky book. I was doing like a page a day type of thing, and then I started just kind of continuing days if I didn't have enough room, and I loved this, you guys. I definitely would go back to a standard size, and now they actually have books with Tomoe River paper in them in the standard size, but they either didn't or I didn't know about them when I started this bullet journal this year. So this is when I started using my own kits on the dailies, which you can find in my Etsy shop. On the weeklies. A lot of stuff in here is from both myself as well as various other people. There's probably things from Little Raven Ink in here. There are some things from, oh gosh, Honeybee Shop. Yeah, these are mine. Random washi tape. I really love how much I decorated in this. I wasn't as decorative, I don't feel, in my current bullet journal, which is kind of a little bit of a bummer, but I want to go back to this, looking at this. This is so fun. I had my garden veggies cheat sheet for the garden that we started this year. House plans we were working on, which is funny because that is totally not where we live now. Notes on books. This was my bookmark thing that I had made out of acetate. This was when I was looking at cars, Jeeps to buy, working out what I wanted for a license plate, which because of COVID I couldn't get a vanity plate, so that didn't work out. So many memories. So when I archived this, you'll see I highlighted things that I wanted to go back and remember, and I also put hearts on journaling moments that I wanted to remember. So I index my bullet journals at the end and just pull out things that I might want to remember. And then obviously I don't want to index every little tiny memory that I have, but I do kind of draw attention to them with things like the heart and just highlighting different words, or I'll do things like this when I'm documenting the page anyway, just so I remember. So yeah, that was super fun to look at. I loved how I collaged the back. I had this in a traveler's notebook, so what I did was I took a Midori MD plastic cover, which is the A5 size, and I folded it over and taped it to make it a standard size. So this was just the spine, extra spine piece, and I taped it over and was able to slip this part into the strings without ruining my book. So that was really fun. That was my second bullet journal of the year. Before we get into my current and last bullet journal of the year, I'm just going to talk about the one-off planners that I used. So I started this, it's not really a planner, but it kind of is. This is called the High Vibe Bible by Alexis Miss Trenchcoat, and it's supposed to be a 90-day journal to raise your vibration and manifest your desires. And basically what it is it's a weekly spread that looks like this. Has gratitude, aligning with thoughts and actions, what you want to manifest for the week, your high points of the week, and what you learned about yourself. And then every day, oh no, sorry, JK, this is the beginning of the week. You have a mantra, what you want to manifest, how the manifestation makes you feel, how to raise your vibration. You're going to raise your vibration, signs and synchronicities, and then a tracker to execute on your stuff. Then every day for 7 days you have what you're grateful for and aligning your thoughts and actions. And then the end of the week reflection is what you manifested this week, your high point of the week, and what you learned about yourself. And I'm not going to really show you, but I did a couple I tried to do most of January, and to be honest, I don't know, I just didn't. Part of me really liked it, and the other part of me hated that I was like supposed to do it every day. It felt like an extra chore. I usually skipped it because of that, and I don't know. I really liked the idea of it. I may revisit this at some point because it is undated and I only used a little bit in the beginning, but I don't know. I'm just not a journaling prompt person, so maybe that's why I didn't really follow through with that one. And then this here was this is a Hobonichi Weeks, which we all know I cannot use. I even tried to, I don't even think I can, yeah, I ripped out the pages that I tried to use. I used it for several months as like I would just write my weekly shopping list. And I had this in my wallet and I would carry that with me. And in October, I tried to maybe make it into a business-only planner, which didn't even last a week. But yeah, basically this was an impulse purchase because I didn't buy a Hobonichi. I always do this to myself. I talk myself out of buying a Hobonichi, and then I end up buying like a Weeks or something because a lot of people times they have like fun covers or people are selling them and I'm like, oh, I can make it into this like special planner that I'm gonna carry around in my purse and blah blah blah. Yeah, no, never happens. So I bought an actual Hobonichi this year so that this wouldn't happen again. But yeah, I really loved the cover. What I'll probably do is debind this, so I will take out the signatures, buy the strings so that they stay intact as pages, and then I will use this cover to make some type of journal in the future maybe. And yeah, that's the 2020 Hobonichi Weeks that I didn't really use. And then we come to my current bullet journal, which is this one. This is a 7 Seas Crossfield A5 by Nanami Paper. It has 480 pages. And this had the Tomoe River paper in it. So I'm still using this. We'll be starting a new bullet journal in January, even though I didn't make it to the end of this. I wanted to switch to this after the standard size one because it had more pages, but because I didn't want that thing to happen again where I have, sometimes I'll do my bullet journal and then I have December left, which I really don't like when that happens. So I've used probably about 300 pages. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the back pages. I may do the same thing like in the Hobonichi Weeks where I take them out and use them in another journal since this stuff is like gold now. But yeah, so this is my cover that I collaged. I believe this was the last video that I posted, so if you guys missed that, I'll leave that in a card up above for you. But I am in love with this thing. Right now I just have it in a Crazy Horse leather cover by Gallon Leather that I got like years and years ago. So yeah, I'm using in it right now the Hobonichi Techo 2021 pen. And I just have my sticker kit for December, which you can get in my shop. This is the Cotton Candy sticker kit with some pastel stars washi tape. So this is what I'm currently using. You can see I just had some stuff tucked in the back there. I'm obsessed with my inside covers this time around, so I collaged the front there. And then the back here is just some stickers and things that I wanted to have back there. So I have like an intro page. I have my word of the year here. I have my monthlies that I drew out in the beginning, just like a Hobonichi planner has. So that's what I did there. I left extra in case I wanted to carry it into next year. I have a Happy Mail tracking list, and then I've been putting these tabs in the front. These are from like an old planner, not an old planner, but a 2020 planner that somebody got on clearance and sent to me in a pen pal. package. Okay, before I forget again, I'm going to preface this by saying this is not me asking you to send me things, but I did want to share with you that I now have a post office box where you can send me a letter or something if you do want to. I'm terrible at pen paling. I'm not taking on any new pen pals. I am horrendous. I have pen pal packages that I have not answered from the beginning of like last year, so meaning 2019. So if you're my pen pal, I'm sorry. I don't do pen pals, but if you did want to send me something, because I do have people ask from time to time, my P.O. box will be in the description box below, so you can check that out down there. Okay, again, please do not feel obligated to send me anything. This was not me asking for stuff. I just wanted to let you guys know in case you were curious. So anyway, moving on. This is how I was drawing out the weeks. So I had all of the, basically I made my own hobonichi, okay? I had all the monthlies in the front. I was drawing out the weeks all together here, which I really enjoyed in the front of my monthly setup. And then I would do my trackers and my daily stuff. Again, you can see I'm doing like big events in those big letters. And yeah, I have all kinds of things in here. Those were some goals that I had. Again, plans for the house we were going to build. Journaling. September. Weeklies. So yeah, this works super well for me. I am of course going to be continuing on with my bullet journal next year. I've been bullet journaling for years at this point, and it's my favorite format because it's a planner but also a journal all in the same place. I can have my stuff all in the same spot. This is only really for, the only journaling I really do in here is written journaling. I don't really put any, I mean I have a few pictures in here and there as you saw, but I don't really use it for photographs. I have my creative journals for that, which you will see in a second. So this was all our tiny house things we needed to get for it. You saw like the before pictures, starting renovations, my sticky advent calendar. So yeah, like I said, will be continuing the bullet journal into my 2021 system. I will be putting almost everything all together. I know I just said I learned about myself that I need everything all together. And all of my planning stuff will be together. I, of course, will talk to you more about my 2021 planners and journals in a different video. I will share all of those with you. But yeah, these are the planners that I used in 2020, and kind of what I learned about myself with them and which ones I loved and all that fun jazz. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the description box below. Otherwise, we're going to jump into the journals. So these are the journals that I used in 2020. This was my first journal, my second, my third. This is my overflow journal, which is it's an ongoing journal. It's more of like a collage book than a journal. I don't like write in here, and I'm not putting like current events or anything in here. It's more of just a place for me to play and add extra things like this tag that I made in a collaboration video with my sister, and just all kinds of random stuff like samples for a class and things. So this will be coming into 2021 with me. I have a whole separate video about what my overflow journal is, and I will leave that linked in a card for you. So I'm not really going to flip through that one. I also had a sketchbook. So this was my sketchbook. I've had this for several years. I think I started this in 2018 maybe. This is an Arteza sketchbook. It's full of swatches and random experiments. This was from my By Bun Lunarly class. Mermaid scale tutorial, which you can find on my channel. Some designs for what feels like sticker collections that I released forever ago. My mermaid tail, that's a vinyl sticker in my shop. So lots of random things. Experimenting with different artist styles of drawing leaves. Yeah, so excuse me. Me designing my new logo. I will be putting this sketchbook to bed and starting a new one next year. I don't really use my sketchbook very often. Again, more stickers. But yeah, I only have a couple pages left in this one, and I'm just feeling like I'm done with this one, you know? I'm ready to move on and start a new sketching chapter. This was a super large sketchbook by Arteza. I have another one and I will use it at some point, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite sketchbook. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. One page barely scans in my scanner. And this, like, it's like a watercolor sketchbook. And the watercolor paper is okay. It's great on this side. But then when you flip this page, it's like it gets all pilly. Basically, you shouldn't use this side for anything other than sketching. Only wet media can go on the like textured side. So I don't know. This isn't meant to be a sketchbook review, but yeah, I will be doing something different for my sketchbook in 2021. This is another book that I started this year. This was a B6 Stalgy that I won in a giveaway. And I started using it as a swatch book, but I started doing a swatch book like bullet journal style. So I have an index that I've started in the beginning. I haven't like super kept up with it yet, but every swatch book that I've tried to start in the past, I didn't really follow through with. So I thought if I did a bullet journal style, it would be better because here's some of my washi tapes that I own, because whatever stopped me from doing swatch books in the past was I would like put all of my Dina Wakley paints together, and then I'd be like, well, what if I expand my collection? And then I'd run out of room, and then they wouldn't all be together. And then I was like, I need a section for acrylic paint, and I need a section for this, and then I would make it too complicated. So this is working well. I work on it when I feel inspired to. It's not like any hard, fast project that I'm working on. I will be carrying this over into 2021 with me, but yeah, this has been a fun swatch book project to work on. Okay, now onto the creative journals. This, I started out the year in this. This was a journal that, oh gosh, a Creative Peep sent to me. I will leave her channel linked below. Her name is escaping me right at this second, but I can see like her like channel, like the picture she has as her logo on her channel. It's like right on the tip of my tongue. But thank you for sending this to me. It was this awesome leather orange like craft in black paper and white paper journal. I did a little bit of alterations to it. I added a string to it and lots of charms. Obviously I added this patch to it, and I also, this was a like tri-fold over, but I stitched it to make an extra pocket back here. And yeah, this was what I started out the year with. I don't know if I don't think I've done any journal flip throughs this year on my channel yet, which is kind of unlike me. I don't know if I'll get to those or not, but have this in the meantime, I suppose. One thing that I really struggled with this year, and I'm gonna have to go back into my past journals to see if I struggle with that in past years or not, but I had a very hard time keeping up with the written journaling parts. I did a lot of the actual, like, putting the photos in, and it appears here that I actually did some of the writing, which is good. There's a waterfall type of thing. Here's a card. So I did do some of the journaling, but like you can see, you're going to see in the next 2 journals for the year that I really just, oh, here, didn't do it here either. I don't know, writing felt like a huge chore, and I have all kinds of blank spaces, which is kind of sad, I guess, because I wish that they were all filled with writing and that I had told the stories that I wanted to tell, like here and stuff, but I got the photos down, so I guess that's the important thing, but it's something I want to work on in 2021 is actually putting down the writing like I want to. So yeah, that was the first journal, and then as part of a challenge over on Patreon, I challenged my patrons and myself to use a different sized journal. So I tried out a B6. I only did a few pages in here. I did bad on my own challenge and didn't finish it, but I don't know. I feel like I didn't give it a fair shot and a really good go, but I did do a couple pages in it. I did more than I thought, actually. So that just kind of lives here in this pocket. I had a lot of fun with this journal. I had so much fun like doing page cutouts, and there's a lot of like color, and I don't know, it was just really fun to write, just now flip through this journal and see all the cool things that I put into it this year, and remembering all the adventures that feel like literally years ago, even though it was only like the beginning of this year. So that was my first journal of the year. This badge right here you can still get in my Etsy shop. This is from James Luke Burke, and then this was sent to me by a pen pal, and this was from Sticky Club, in case you were curious. Then I made a 3 insert set, which I only ended up doing 2 of, but this was the journal insert that I started after the one I just showed you. I was experimenting a lot with doodling. I doodled these leaves. That was fun. I did some journaling there, which is good. I love using the standard size. It just, something about it is so fun. I usually return to it during the summer. I challenged myself to write more, so that was why there's a lot of like writing in the beginning. This was a spread from another By Bun class. So this was from her lyrical class. I have a lot of fun taking her classes. I got into the free version on your phone of Animal Crossing. It was called Pocket Camp. I don't play that anymore, but it was a fun distraction. So there, like, there's all that journaling space that I didn't use. But I got the photos in. There is some journaling. Gosh, this is so fun to look back on. I did all these like flippy things. Oh, the mermaid scale page. When I bought my Jeep. A little envelope with some pictures in there. This cool wax seal from a gift that I got my aunt for her birthday. Four-wheeling picture photos. Packaging from my lunch that I got. Here's another page that didn't have any writing. I went ziplining with Chris and my dad, so that was fun. Again, never did the writing. Never did the writing. So yeah, that was my second journal of the year. That was a Traveler's Company insert that I think I took some pages out of it because I add like crazy tip-ins and stuff. So that was that. That was from June to August. And then this is the one I'm currently working in. Well, I guess not. This is the one I'm trying to finish up because I want to start my December journal, which I'll show you real quick at the end. But this is the insert that I used from the rest of August until the end of November. This was a journal insert that I made myself. So again, just gonna flip through it. This is the journal with like pretty much no writing in it, which is kind of sad. I had a lot of fun keeping consistent with these plastic, stapling in those plastic numbers there. Looks like there's some writing under there. We went on like a staycation, which I really wish I had journaled more about. That was my intention to start that here. I did do some of the journaling with the documenting, but a lot of it is still blank, which I'm kind of sad about. I don't know if I'll even go back in and fill it in again right at this point. It feels like so long ago. I tucked a bunch of things in here. More writing spaces that should have been filled in. But yeah, so birthday card. This is like a little flip out thing. I don't know, like I said, if I'll even go back and fill any of these in. I probably won't, which is, you know, it is what it is. I got the journaling done. I got the memories down. I had fun. Well, I didn't get the memories down, but I got the photos in, which trigger memories. And when I flip through it, I don't usually look at the writing anyway. I usually just look at the pictures. So this was a good things, like a good things list. This was part of my Patreon challenge for November, which I'm still working on. A lot of these things, like these calendars and things, are from Courtney over at Little Raven Ink. This butterfly vinyl sticker here is from Taylor over at Little Creative Life. I'll try to remember my best to link the people that I mention or videos that I mention, and if I fail to, please just let me know. Bye, Bun. So yeah, this is our like new house that I was journaling about. I did some journaling about the meals that we had when we first started living here. So yeah, this is the journal I'm currently working on finishing. I shoved some birthday cards in here. So that was that. And then last but not least is my December journal, you guys. And of course, this isn't really going to have anything in it because it's December 2nd when I'm filming this. But yeah, this is what I'm doing for December. I made this insert out of my junk drawer. I have this printable, my printer printed it funny, it's much prettier. But this is Use Your Junk Miss 2020, hosted by Taylor over at Little Creative Life, the same one who made those little fly things I was just talking about. So I'm working on that, as well as a prompt list by Art Witch Academy for like a Yule type prompt. I'm really not into Christmas, so that's why I'm doing that. So like I said, I've done a couple things so far from the Use Your Junk Miss, but I haven't really put anything in here yet because I'm still working on trying to finish the journal you just saw. But this was an envelope I had oh gosh, I tore it out of a journal that I had way before I even started a YouTube channel and reused that. This was a Buy Bun sticker I got in my Black Friday order. Scrap paper. This is like almost a fabric-y feeling paper that my aunt sent me. A cool bag I've been hoarding from Creative Peep Jennifer. This is the printed background that was on my Patreon printables for December that matches the kit that I showed you earlier in the bullet journal section. These were some magazine clippings. I really liked these glass things here, so I'll just collage on the back. Some metallic painted paper that I had in my scrap drawer. More of those magazine clippings. This was a planner cover that I turned into like a little dashboard. I originally had made this collage on the front of here, and then I decided I don't know. It wasn't inspiring me. It's not really my style. I do like it, and I did it because of this like Christmas camper, because of where we live now, but that was kind of, I don't know. I didn't want it on the front anymore, so I just put it on the back of this dashboard bookmark thing that I made. Painted paper. This is from the Jelly Press plate video, which I'll try to link in a card as well. This vellum was attached to the envelope that I reused, and this is it. This will probably be way too many pages for me to even fill up in December, but I'm gonna try like heck to do it. That is it, you guys, for the planners and journals that I used in 2020. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you've done a similar video or have a creator that you like who've done a similar video, or if you want to list in the comments what journals and planners you used for 2020, I would love to know. My video about planners and journals for the coming year will of course be in a separate video, so make sure you're subscribed and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on that. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this chatty flip through thing. If I forget to link anything, or if you have any additional questions, let me know in the comments below. I love chatting with you guys. Thank you so much to my patrons for sponsoring today's video. They make what I do over here on YouTube possible, and they are rock stars. I have so much fun hanging out with them throughout the year, so a huge shout out to them. Whether you've been a patron right now or at any point during this year, thank you. You guys rock. And with all that being said, I'll catch you guys in my next one. Take care, guys. Bye.